Hey, good evening, everyone. My name is Doug Levine. I am the executive director here at the State Theater of Ithaca, and I want to welcome you, not only here in Ithaca, New York, but I can see that there's people tuning in from all over the country, all over the world. We are in for a wonderful, beautiful evening here, and I'm looking out right now. I'm literally on stage at this historic building we opened in 1928. I'm looking out at 1,600 empty seats, but I assure you there are only 4 actual individuals in the building today right now. But we're going to bring this show live to you. We're going to stream it out, and I hope you enjoy it. It's been a difficult year, to say the least. March 7th, 2020, we had Graham Nash on this stage. So that was now about a week and a year ago now. That was our last live show here at the State Theater. Graham Nash, March 7th, 2020. And since that time, we've had to shift, like many other organizations. I think this is like our 26th virtual show or live stream show over the last year. And I want to thank you all for your support. Venues like ours, we need support to survive this. Hey, we all need some sort of support to survive this. But there's a lot of little silver linings here that I want to talk about really quickly. So we've done these live stream shows and people have donated to help us get through. Back in early November, we rolled out something called the Save Your Seat campaign. I know people in Ithaca are pretty familiar with it, but if you're tuning in from outside of New York State, with 1,600 seats, we offered our supporters, our lovers, our patrons, the opportunity to save their seat, to buy one seat here for $100 each. And they got a plaque with up to 40 characters on it. And we rolled it out in early November, and amazingly, I didn't really know what to expect, but in less than 8 weeks, we sold out the entire theater. All 1,600 seats sold in less than 8 weeks. So touching. And that's a great story in itself, but another thing, just in the last week, we are starting to put the plaques on the seats here, and I had 2 anonymous donors come forward and say, hey, I want to do more. and they came up with some nice gifts here, and we are able now, with a 92-year-old theater, we now raise enough money to repair over 300 of our seats, most in need of repair. There's a lot of seats that are 50, 60 years old that are literally held together by duct tape here. And now, while we're shut down, we're actually going to repair those 300 seats as well. So you gotta celebrate the victories here, and tonight is going to be a victory as well. Yes, it's challenging. There's only 4 people here, and we're streaming out to the world, but guys, you're in for a treat, and I am so pleased to present my dear friend, a friend of the theaters, a friend of the arts, and the one, the only. I love him. You love him. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it for Joe Crookston. Take it away, Joe.
Welcome, everybody. State Theater down here in Ithaca, New York. If you could see this place, I'm going to invite you all someday to come to Ithaca, and we are going to hang out in this 1,600-seat theater. Thank you so much, Doug Levine. I love you too. Welcome, everybody listening at home. I hope you have some food and a drink, and just know that I love you, and I'm so excited to sing. It's been so long, and I used to sing for beauty. Now I'm just singing to save my soul. I used to sing for beauty, for all the broken-hearted ones. I'd rile up the troops a bit, bring a little joy to everyone. And now the world is changing, and everything's getting cold. I'm just singing now save my soul. I'm just singing now to save my soul. And I used to sing to gather up all the people in the bar, try to make a little moment to remember who we are. Now the world is changing, and I am getting old. I'm just singing now to save my soul. I'm just singing now to save my soul. And I would sing for the money, for the tip jar and a beer. I'd drive around and wander and look for magic everywhere. And now the world is changing, and I'm not in control. I'm just singing now to save my soul. Just singing now to save my soul. Wherever you are, welcome everybody. So glad to be with you here down at the State Theater. Saturday night, March 13th. Welcome, everybody. I've been thinking a lot, and as we all have been, I imagine, and I've been down in my basement singing to myself, and sometimes I've been sharing live streams. I've been doing a lot of painting, and then I had a couple months of feeling real sorry for myself. And and I got really in touch with this Todd Rundgren song that I used to love 15 years ago, 18 years ago. And it's a work song. It's called Honest Work, When You Lose Your Work. This goes out to my musician friends who are sitting at home wanting to work. It feels good to work. I'm not afraid to bend my back. I'm not afraid of dirt. But how I fear the things I do for lack of honest work. And my family is all to me. They could not bear the hurt to see the state their boy is in for lack of honest work. And I hold no blame for anyone. It was I who did arrange to pay my union dues so I not have to learn or change. And when I was replaced, was I who started down that hell? And I drank away my savings till I couldn't stop myself. The prophets of a brave new world, captains of industry, have visions grand and great design, but none have room for me. They see our world where everyone is rich and smart and young, but if I live to see such things, too late for me they come. Well, I know I'm not the only one to fall beneath the wheel. Such company cannot assuage the loneliness I feel. For I'm not afraid to bend my back. I'm not afraid of dirt. But how I fear the things I do for lack of honest work. But how I fear the things I do for lack of honest work. All right. I've been thinking about friends. I've been thinking about friends that I miss seeing and hanging out with. And I was thinking about some of the friends that I used to know, but I've lost touch with. I was thinking about the Neil Young song where he's going to write all his friends a letter. And I've been sending emails and connecting and texting as much as I can just to reach out, like, hi. I feel like a little boy. Want to come out and play? I just want to say hi, and connect. And this is a friendship song. Here we go. Casey and Rob. It sounds awesome. Thank you, guys. Jeffrey was the visioner and the baker of the bread, high as the moon, hanging overhead, and we'd eat crickets in the mountains by the Cascade Riverbed. And now everything has changed. Jeffrey is dead, and look at how the time is gone. Look at how the time, look at how the time is gone, and we are turning golden. Maria was the sunrise, the Midwestern heart of gold, giving shelter and warmth from the Minnesota cold, and we broke apart in the winter. So I traveled to the coast, and now everything has changed. Maria's just a ghost, and look at how the time is gone. Look at how the time, look at how the time is gone, and we are turning golden. Genevieve was the muddy girl climbing up and down the tree in that awkward family portrait with the velvet on her sleeve. She was hiding and pretending and over time and by degree. Now everything has changed. Jaden is free, and look at how the time is gone. Look at how the time, look at how the time is gone, and we are turning golden. Jackson was a Cherokee with a long native braid and that Volkswagen grease and the cello that he made. And we drove through the goldenrod like the witch of the Westmoreland. Now everything has changed, and it'll change again. I was just a driver from Cleveland to LaSalle, making lines across America like the crack in the Liberty Bell. And I'd show up with my fingers and I'd give my heart away, and now everything is different. Everything has changed, and look at how the time is gone. Look at how the time, look at how the time is gone, and we turning golden. Come on out there at home, sing it with me. Come on, here we go. Look at how the time is gone. Look at how the time, look at how the time is gone, and we are turning golden. I could feel you singing with me. Thank you so much from the State Theater here in downtown Ithaca, New York. This place is massive, and what I understand is that in 1915 it opened up as a Studebaker showroom, and then it was renovated into a theater. Someday you're going to come to Ithaca, and we're going to travel around the Finger Lakes together and check places out like the State Theater. It feels so good. Doug Levine, thank you so much for inviting me to play tonight. I'm going to switch over to my fiddle here and play something. I'm not even sure what I'm going to play, but I'm going to do something. Oh, man. Well, I stood in front of the mirror trying to get my hair to look okay, but damn, it's pandemic hair is rough, man. I spent like 2 or 3 months just chopping at the top of it, just chopping at the top until I had a mullet. I looked like one of the Dukes of Hazzards, you know. It was like, until finally I'm like, Josie, you got to cut the back off. So that happened like 3 times during the pandemic. It's like, I don't know, mullets are coming back in. And, oh, yes, here we go, a little fiddle. Shout out to to Annie Keith down there in South Carolina. I love you. I'm singing for you tonight. And my buddy Doug Evans and Kathy in Ohio sent me a message. I'm singing for the mending for you all. Susan Reese down in Florida. Damn, I miss y'all. Well, trouble isn't easy, trouble brings doubt. Fear comes in and the joy goes out. Trouble comes in and the joy goes out. Oh, yeah. Well, change isn't easy, change is hard. Fear comes in and it can tear you apart. Fear comes in and it can tear you apart. And dreams aren't easy. Dreams get lost. Fear comes in and the dream gets tossed. Fear comes in and the dream gets tossed. Oh, Sarah, tell me you're mine. Do you think me unworthy? Do you think me unkind? When our life here is over, you surely will see. I have treated you as kindly as you treated me. I have treated you as kindly as you treated me. Thank you so much, everybody. Mercy Now by Mary Gaucher. I wasn't going to play it tonight because I'm sick of this song. But we need it more now than ever. My father, he could use a little mercy now. The fruits of his labor falling right slowly on the ground. His work is almost over. It won't be long, he won't be around. And I love my father. He could use some mercy now. And my brother, he could use a little mercy now. He's a stranger to freedom. He's shackled to his fears and his doubts. The pain that he lives in is almost more than living will allow. And I love my brother, and he could use some mercy now. My church and my country, they could use a little mercy now. As they sink into a poison pit, it's gonna take forever to climb out. And they carry the weight of the faithful as we follow them down. I love my church and country. They could use some mercy now. Yeah, we could use a little mercy now. We may not deserve it, but we need it anyhow. We hang in the balance between hell and hallowed ground. And every single one of us could use some mercy now. Da, da, da. Right before the pandemic started, I played a show down in Alabama. Down in Alabama, my dad lives down there in Alabama. And I've played about 1,978 shows in my life, and it occurred to me that my dad had never been to a concert before. And I wanted to change that. He was getting older, and so I bought him some tickets for him and his wife, and I got him a hotel room, and I got him third row seats for the show down in Alabama. And he came. And just before I poked out, before I started playing, there were about 150 people in the room, and I looked out and I saw my dad sitting in the third row there, and I was thinking, oh shit, the song I'm gonna play is Mercy Now, and the opening lines are My Father, and I thought, oh man, I gotta suck it up and be strong, here we go, because it meant a lot to me that he was there. And so I came out and I sang the song, My Father, he could use a little mercy now. and I was trying not to break down. I was all emotional, trying to be tough. And I got through the song, and I got through the set and the night. And the next day, after the show, he came down to the lobby of the hotel room down there, and he said, "Man, Joe," he goes, "I had no idea you were funny." And I was, "Thanks, Dad." He goes, "But actually, more than that," he goes, "I had no idea you sang so much like Johnny Cash." I was like, "Oh yeah, I was trying to be tough." My father, he could use a little mercy now. He could use some mercy now. Yeah, we all. We could use a little mercy now. All right. That was for my dad down there in Alabama. I'm going to dedicate this one to Mr. Doug Levine, Executive Director here at the State Theater. Man, it looks good in here. And thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in tonight. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play some more songs, and then I'm going to go over there to my computer, and I'm going to check in on some of the comments to make sure that you all are behaving yourself over there, or not. Hopefully you're not. And so leave some comments in the section there on Facebook or on YouTube, and I'm going to check out those and then have a little chat with you, and then we'll get on with more imagination. This one's for Doug. It's called "Everything Here Is Good." Everything here is good. Or is it? Find a brick made of clay, red and brown, and lay it down. Put a vase made of glass on the brick and back away. And everything here is good, spins and balances as it should. The gears are greased and the glass is clean, here in the castle of my dreams. Put a ball on top of the vase, balanced perfectly in place. Find a clock, wind it up, put it on the ball so it doesn't fall. And everything here is good, spins and balances as it should. The gears are greased and the glass is clean, here in the castle of my Then find a nail with a rounded head, stand it up on top of the clock. Build a house on the nail, mow the lawn and check the mail. Lock the door and hide the key, drink at night and watch TV. And everything here is good, spins and balances as it should. Gears are greased and the glass is clean, here in the castle of my dreams. La 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 everything here is good, spins and balances as it should. The gears are greased and the glass is clean, here in the castle of my dreams. Everything here is good. I've been thinking, well, we're all living on screens right now, right? I wrote this song about a month before we went on lockdown and all that, and it was really about selfies. It was kind of a selfie. It was a song kind of like interacting with technology and phones and images, and the song is called Photography. Photography. Sleep scars and scary hair, right? I hold the camera facing me, the perfect angle, tap the screen, bring it close, zoom in, photography, I don't like what I see. I look tired and weathered, look at those sleep scars and scary hair. If you could see me beneath this flesh and bone, if you could see me beneath this flesh and bone. Shifting the lens, focus in to the shimmering down underneath the skin, to the back roads and the bottom and the valley I'm in. Capture that. There's a lot more than tired, weathered. Look at those sleep scars and scary hair. And if you could see me beneath this flesh and bone, you could see me beneath this flesh and bone. I take the camera, I put it down, out the door, into town, and all the faces and the bodies and the eyes on the move, huddled by doors with more to do. They look tired, weathered, look at those sleep scars and scary hair. If you could see me beneath this flesh and bone, if you could see me beneath this flesh and bone, if you could see me beneath this flesh and bone. I hold the camera facing me, the perfect angle, tap the screen, bring it close, zoom in, photography, I don't like what I see. I can feel you out there. I know you're there. And one of the things I've been loving about playing, even on camera, like live streams, is feeling like I get lost in the music even more. And then knowing that you're out there just feels great, and I've missed you. So I'm going to play some slide guitar, one slide guitar, and then I'm going to move over there for some other things to be determined. Leave some comments there in the section, in the comment section on YouTube or on Facebook, and I'm going to come over there and check in on you. Thank you all for being here. Little slide guitar. As many of you know, I have a rattlesnake tail down in my slide guitar. And I was given that rattlesnake by my mother-in-law. When I first met her, she gave it to me. And she said, here's a rattlesnake tail. And it's supposed to keep the devil away. If you're going to be dating my daughter, you need a rattlesnake tail. And she dropped that thing right down in my fiddle. I then put it in my slide guitar. I collect rattlesnake tails now, and it has not kept the devil away, let me tell you. So I'll keep on trying, but I'm going to sing a slide song. What's it going to be? America, a song called America. I wrote this on the banjo. I wrote this on the banjo. Thinking about George Floyd. Yeah. Carter Smith, you out there watching? And my friend Kathy and Louie and Margaret in Minneapolis, hope you're listening. I love you. Ed Morris. I swear you people have gotten me through. Brian Core, Massachusetts, Kathleen out there. You got me through. My buddy John Jaggers down in Texas. America. I've been all over America. America, America, you're not looking well. America, America, you're not looking well. America, America, there's a crack in the Liberty Bell. Blessed are the poor, blessed are the poor, as long as you get a job and you don't move in next door. America, America, you're not looking well. America, America, there's a crack in the Liberty Bell. Blessed are the peacemakers, they are called the children of God. Blessed are the peacemakers, they are called the children of God. As long as you get a gun and you use it on the innocent ones. America, America, you're not looking well. America, America, there's a crack in the Liberty Bell. Well, they try to dominate you, and they push you around, and they build the architecture that is holding you down. America, America, you're not looking well. America, America, you're not looking well. America, America, you're not looking well. America, America, there's a crack in the Liberty Bell. All right, America. Paint, and we drag crimson red over the dead, over the Washington streets. We create with paint and guts, and we tell our truth. And we hang it on the wall with a nail, and they say, "No, I don't want it hanging here. It doesn't match the furniture. Take it off the wall. It needs more white and a lot less black. It speaks harsh, and it cuts my eyes, and it pushes me in the face, and I want it gone. You can cut off the head of the Hydra, but 10 more will take its place." So we make 10. We paint city streets, and we smear aqua blue in the shape of a rustled-up Jew with darting eyes and scared to death and out of breath, still singing and still singing, even as they march to the end. And they say, "Screw you, boys and girls. We're cleaning up this town. That blue doesn't match the furniture. Take it down. It needs more white and a lot less Jew. It speaks harsh and it cuts my face, and I want it gone." Well, you can cut off the head of the Hydra, but 100 more will take its place. So we make 100. And we don't stop there. We make 1,000, then 10,000, and we make it fierce, and it points like a finger, like a raging, blinding mirror, and we swirl the rusty brown tints like drinking water in flint, and we ask you for one moment to look with your eyes at this human story, to open your ears and press them close against the multicolored canvas and taste the flavor of feeding love into the face of hate. Taste the flavor of feeding love into the face of hate. You can cut off the head of the Hydra, but 1,000,000 more will take its place. I'm going to sing this song for my great friend, Dina Jacobson. I think you were able to just see Dina's face and witness her spunk. And she lived down in Elmira, New York. And I wrote her this song called Blue Tattoo. This is for Dina Jacobson. Yes, my darling, yes, I used to be little just like you. Yes, I played with all the other kids too. Yes, my darling, yes, I used to be little like you. Well, darling, in a Polish town halfway around the world is where I lived when I was just a girl, on a farm in a Polish town halfway around the world. And I had you and a strong will. We made our home in these New York hills. You sailed with me, I sailed with you, with a leather suitcase, everything was new. That's a good question. We sailed to America because there was a war. And when you're older, I promise I'll tell you more. My sweet darling, we sailed to America because there was a war. What's a war? Well, it's when people fight and things get really tough. That's all for now, I've answered enough. My sweet daughter, war is when things get really tough. In the New York harbor, as the ship pulled in, I held you close, we were starting over again. You sailed with me, I sailed with you, with a leather suitcase, I was 22. And yes, I had a family, but some people came and took us from our farm. And yes, you're right, my dear, yes, that's a tattoo on my arm. I had a family, but some people came and took us from our farm. And still I wonder, but I don't know why, I was a lucky one to leave alive. You sailed with me, I sailed with you, with a leather suitcase and this blue tattoo. Darling, please, no more questions today. Why don't you go outside with the other kids and play? Darling, please, no more questions today. And I had you and a strong will. We made our home in these New York hills. You sailed with me, I sailed with you, with a leather suitcase and this blue tattoo. Oh. Dina Jacobson. Dina Jacobson. Oh, I'm gonna sing a little simple number. I wrote this 20 years ago. I never thought, who the hell is ever gonna wanna hear this song? And people ask me for it all the time. They request it, and they ask me, that one song, that's my Desert Island. I'm like, really? It's a little ditty. And I have to say, during this last year, this song became important to me again. And I've sung it around the house, and just what do I do day by day by day? And it's called Bird by Bird. And this is the waltz version of it. So if you're at home and you feel like getting up and waltzing with your baby, or waltzing by yourself, or waltzing with your dog, now would be a time to do a little waltzing. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, yeah. Woo! I'll wait till you get up, right? Come on, go. Trouble isn't easy, trouble brings doubt. Fear comes in and the joy goes out. How we gonna make it? What are we gonna do? How we gonna make it when trouble comes through? Little at a time, take it bird by bird. Little at a time, take it stone by stone. Little at a time, take it bird by bird. Little at a time, take it stone by stone. Change isn't easy, change is hard. Fear comes in and it can tear you apart. How we gonna make it? What are we gonna do? How we gonna make it when change comes through? Come on. A little at a time, take it bird by bird. A little at a time, take it stone by stone. A little at a time, take it bird by bird. A little at a time, take it stone by stone. Dreams aren't easy, dreams get lost. Fear comes in and the dream gets tossed. How we gonna make it? What are we gonna do? How we gonna make this dream come true? A little at a time, take it bird by bird. A little at a time, take it stone by stone. A little at a time, take it bird by bird. A little at a time, take it stone by stone. All right, you leave me a comment right there in that section. In the comment section, I'm going to check you out. Come to say hi. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight from the State Theater here downtown Ithaca, New York. Okay. Who, let's see. Jill Padua, I see you there. Gordon and Lindsay McDonald. Oh my God, that's awesome. I'm going to check these out and say hi to some folks. Diane Boston from Columbus, Ohio. Diane Boston puts on folk music shows down there in Columbus. It's so great to see you. Thanks for showing up tonight. And Jeff and Louise Carroll from Canada, Ontario, friends. And the Pickles and Tarts. Pickles and Tarts is a band that started. I did a workshop up in Goderich, and after the workshop was over, a band started called Pickles and Tarts. Still going after this. You're going to get back at it. Good to see you, Louise. Gordon Nash, my buddy, my dorkling friend. Gordon Nash is one of the most beautiful human beings, intelligent beyond measure. He supports live music, and you know, some guy was bragging that he saw like 130 shows a year or something like that, and you know, Gordon Nash goes to about 130 shows a week, so they got nothing on Gordon Nash. Great to see you, buddy. Crystal Sarakis, WSKG. I love you, Crystal and Chris down there in Binghamton. I love this. It's so fun. The rest of the show's over. I'm just going to stand here and do this, but it's nice to see you all. Kim Molberg, amazing songwriter, performer, songwriter. Kim, it's great that you tuned in. If you don't know her, look her up. Kim Molberg. That's awesome. Oh, this is great. And then Barbara Rora from New Jersey. Thank you so much. Barbara has presented me probably 26 times. I don't know. She's one of the first people on the East Coast to present me in New Jersey. Barbara and Gordon, I'm glad you're here. Mike Flynn and Perry Stein. Is that pie and whiskey? Yes. Yeah, I like pie and whiskey. Next time we meet, Perry, there's going to be pie and whiskey. Believe me. That's awesome. I see that Annie Keith is on. Annie, with you tonight, having a little bit of a time over the last few days, and sending my love to you very much down there in South Carolina. Janice Hansen and Doug Evans. Janice lives up in Rochester. Amazing presenter up there, musician and supporter of all things, I don't know, all things folk. I think that's what it would be. So it's so great. Kat Caldwell, hey, love. He's kidding. No, I'm not kidding. I'm wrapping this thing up. And no, I'm going to say hi to a few more comments. And so glad you're all Phyllis from La La Land. I played a song earlier tonight, the one about the turning golden. And I wrote that at Phyllis's house. I camped in her backyard, and during the pandemic, and I built some fires, and I cooked food by myself, and I wrote that song. Phyllis, thank you so much for the space to be. I love it. So, all right, everybody, thanks so much for tuning in. I could go on all night, but I want to sing you some more. I think I have a story I want to tell you. That's what I want to do, and I'm going to push this cart out of the way. Yolanda. I know a lot of you know, I've lived in Ithaca for 16 years. I lived out in Seattle. I lived in Minneapolis. But I grew up in Randolph, Ohio. That's where I was born and raised, Randolph, Ohio. I was 11 years old. I was in 7th grade. Little Catholic boy in 7th grade. I had my navy blue slacks and button-down shirt on, went to school. And I had one of those lime green banana bikes. Those wussy lime green banana bikes, right? With the long pole and the orange flag waving in the breeze. 11 years old, I'd ride up and down Fairground Road where I was born. And my dad was the baseball coach. And my dad had a John Deere riding mower that he would ride back and forth in the front lawn, and he would mow the front lawn into perfect pinstripes, like they did at the Cleveland baseball stadium. And there was a statue of St. Francis sitting here. And I would say my dad took lots of pride in his lawn, definitely took pride in his lawn. And then up on the corner in New Milford Road up there, that's where the Spellmans lived. Dennis Spellman, same age as me, 11 years old, Dennis Spellman. He went to public school. He was my nemesis. Dennis was my nemesis. He wore ripped up jeans, Metallica t-shirts, And he had an older brother named Danny. And they went to Waterloo, the public school. And their family's front yard was full of pit bulls and Camaros propped up on cinder blocks. And their dad was a mechanic. They had greasy tools everywhere. And their family owned guns. And we hated the Spellmans. I don't even know why. I don't even know why we hated them. But we hated them because they were different. They were other. They were messy. And partly because every summer, sometime in August, Danny Spellman, the older brother, he'd get drunk with his buddies and he would drive into our yard at 2 a.m. and they'd do donuts in a souped-up Camaro, spinning around, digging turf and spitting dirt and wreck my dad's pinstripe front lawn. Drunk, bad boys, whooping it up. My dad would fill up with rage and he'd run out screaming with a baseball bat. And then over the next week or so, I'd be out there with my dad, patching and planting new seed. It was early September. I came home from school. I got on my green banana bike and I rode to the corner of Fairground in New Milford, about 6 o'clock p.m. I saw this bike coming towards me, one of those bikes with big fat tires pulling wheelies, one of those cool mountain bikes. It was Dennis Spellman coming at me on his bike. I could see him coming, and I don't know what it was. Something welled up inside of me, this anger, the navy blue slacks. It was the grass seed, my dad's rage, the pit bulls. And I raised my arm out like this. I put my fist and I raised my middle finger. And I pointed it at Dennis. And it just welled up. And I extended my middle finger and I said, "Fuck you." And I raised my middle finger even higher and I pushed it into the sky. And I said, "Fuck you" again. And Dennis on his bike whizzed right past me. And he did a U-turn and he started riding his bike right towards me. And I stood there and he passed me. He whizzed right past me back towards his house. And as he went off into the distance, I did it again. I raised my finger as high as I could. "Fuck you." I don't even know why I did it. I was trying it on. I was trying to be one of the bad boys. I was trying to be mean. I was trying on what it felt like to put someone in their place. And I had never done it before. I rode home. I ate dinner. I went to bed. I woke up, went to school the next day, and I was nervous. Someone was going to find out, and word was going to get back to my parents. I went into the school, I walked up the steps, and my buddies, Stephen and Roger, were huddled in the corner. And they turned over to me, and they go, Joe, did you hear what happened?" I knew it. Dennis Spellman narked on me. And I pretended like I didn't know what they were talking about. No, what happened? What? Roger said, "Last night, around dinner time, Dennis Spellman, he went home. His older brother was on the couch, and he was cleaning his gun. The gun went off, and he accidentally shot Dennis, killed him. Dennis is dead. Dennis Spellman is dead," he said. My mouth dropped open, and I was stunned. I walked down the hallway to the bathroom at the school, and I stood and I looked into the mirror, staring into my own eyes. "Joe, what did you do?" It could be that the last words that Dennis Spellman ever heard was me saying, "Fuck you." I don't even know why I did it. I wanted to take those words back so bad, but I knew I couldn't. I knew right then and there that words and the words we use matter. Words can divide and words can build bridges, and they can tear down and they can heal. And for years I carried that around, reminding me of who I did not want to be. And I wished that I could take it back, but I knew that I couldn't. So here I am, standing here in this theater, reciting words, songs, poems, lyrics, and stories. Maybe I've spent my whole life trying to bring Dennis Spellman back to life, trying to use words as medicine, trying to use words as connectors, explorations, instead of daggers. Words, stories, songs. Sometimes I've shied away from the hard losses and the truth wounds. But now I don't care. I know who I am. I get grounded, and I can be a man who has feelings. And I feel that. And instead of my middle finger shooting, I shoot all my fingers. I shoot all my fingers up to the sky. I shoot all my fingers towards the strings on my guitar. And I shoot them towards the healing, and I shoot them towards the mending. Fuck you. Words matter. Dad coaches baseball, and I am on the team. Mom thinks she's Jesus Christ, the Nazarene. We go to visit her on Tuesdays, go riding in the car, down the hall into the room where the other prophets are. Oh, the rosary, she says, did you see it turn to gold? And I shake my head and answer, yes, it was a miracle. And is it true? Is it true? Did it turn to gold in front of you? And are you lost in hell? Is it a heavenly sign? 'Cause I know you say that everything is divine. Da, da, da. Dad is watching TV, and I'm learning minor chords. Mom says she's coming home and won't go back there no more. Francis in the front yard with a bluebird on his hand. She says he comes to talk to her. It's all part of the master plan. And is it true? Is it true? Did the bluebird come to talk to you? And are you lost in hell? Is it a heavenly sign? 'Cause I know you say that everything is divine. La da da, la la, la la. And there's baseball on the radio. I'm playing Harvest by Neil Young. Mom says singing songs like that, you could save everyone. And is it true? Is it true? Could I sing a song that might save you? And are you lost in hell? Is it a heavenly sign? 'Cause I know you say that everything is divine. Da 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 da. Dad coaches baseball. I am on the team. And Mom thinks she's Jesus Christ, the Nazarene. Songs here. And I want to say thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. And what an amazing evening, and I feel you. And when I'm done playing my two songs, I'm going to do a slide song, and then I'm going to play Fall Down as the Rain. Someone asked by request, and I was going to play it anyhow. And then I'm going to go back over to the comments and say hi to everybody again. So stick around, and I'll say hi to you. And I just want to say, I love you. I love you, and I appreciate you all so much. I've been missing doing this, and taking a break. I've been digging in to my Enneagram Type 4, which is my creative, don't care what anybody thinks. Finding my creative space, recording music, painting, and also reading and researching a lot. Doing a lot of investigating and learning new stuff. So now to come out and to share it with you all feels great. So this is a song that a lot of you probably know. I'm going to sing it. Here it goes. It's called Little Bit Lovely, Little Bit Mean. Woo! Here we go. Little slide guitar. I learned how to play slide guitar. I had no idea. And I was recording with my buddy Jimmy Hefferman down in Philadelphia. He said, "You ought to use that old guitar of yours, turn it into a slide guitar." I said, "I'd have no idea how to do that." "What do you mean? How do you turn a guitar into a slide?" He said, it's easy. You get a metal slide like this and some finger picks, and you get a nut extender and turn it into a slide. I said, a nut what? He said, a nut extender. So I got home and I Googled nut extender. That was weird. And finally I got to Elderly Instruments up in Michigan. They have little metal pieces you put over the nut of the guitar to raise them up so you can play it like a slide. Here we go. Well, I met a girl from Orangeburg and she was a queen. She's a little bit lovely and a little bit mean. And she walked in a ruby dress, across the floor with a gracefulness. And she said hi, and I said yes. She walked in the room in a ruby red dress. She's a little bit lovely and a little bit mean. She's an angel, a rattlesnake, somewhere in between. The rarest bird that I'd ever seen. She's a little bit lovely and a little bit mean. She asked me to dance, and I felt like a king. She told me that I was the sweetest thing. We walked to the meadow where the honeysuckle grows, where the jasmine blooms and the moonlight glows. And we swam in the river without any clothes. We slept in the meadow where the honeysuckle grows. She's a little bit lovely and a little bit mean. She's an angel, a rattlesnake, somewhere in between. The rarest bird that I'd ever seen. Come on. She's a little bit lovely and a little bit mean. And the sun rose like fire in the cool morning air. And I turned to my love, but she wasn't there. And I looked in the pines and along the fence rail, and I called out her name to no avail. On a rock in the grass where we slept by the trail was a ruby red dress and a rattlesnake tail. She's a little bit lovely and a little bit mean. She's an angel, a rattlesnake, somewhere in between. The rarest bird that I'd ever seen. She's a little bit lovely and a little bit Daylilies. We see it all the time. People walk right past us like we're just regular, unnoticed, just hanging around mailboxes. Daylilies. We reach up like pumpkin trumpets to greet the mailman, and he mostly just ignores us. We like to be seen, but we don't need it. And that's all right with us. Daylilies. We know who we are. May and June and early fall, homeowners push their lawnmowers around us and our green banana-fingered clumps by the driveway. And then one day in July, we open up like little bugles, flashing hello. And even then, we're received with very little fanfare, but it's all right with us. Daylilies. We know who we are. Consistent. We hold down the ditches of summer. And once in a while, some kid will shout out from the back seat of the car saying, "Wow, look at that big patch of waving orange over there." Kids are cool. And then there's that once in a rare while when some seeker, some artist type with a keen eye and a willingness to look deeper notices us. And they lean in and they take a long look and they take the time to see us through squinting, fresh eyes. And they look past our ordinary, regular ditch driveway, same old whatever, and they really see us. They see our curls and our slender curves, and they notice the red varicose veins and pumpkin-colored glory, and it is our moment to shine, and it is good. And then, after the pencil drops and the squinting stops, we go right back to hanging around mailboxes, but we feel seen. It only happens once in a while, and it's all right with us. Daylilies. We know who we are. When my life is over and I've gone away, I'm gonna leave this big old world and the trouble and the pain. And if I get to heaven, I will not stay. I'll turn myself around again and fall down as the rain. When I finally reach the ground, I'll soak into the side. I'll turn myself around again, come up as goldenrod. Come up as goldenrod, come up as goldenrod. Turn myself around again, come up as goldenrod. When I turn dry and brown, I'll lay me down to rest. I'll turn myself around again as part of an eagle's nest. Part of an eagle's nest, part of an eagle's nest. I'll turn myself around again as part of an eagle's nest. When that eagle learns to fly, I'll flutter from that tree. I'll turn myself around again. It's part of the mystery. Part of the mystery. Part of the mystery. I'll turn myself around again. It's part of the mystery. Come on, let me hear you. Part of the mystery. Part of the mystery. I turn myself around again as part of the mystery. When my life is over and I have gone away, I'm gonna leave this big old world and the trouble and the pain. And if I get to heaven, I will not stay. I'll turn myself around again and fall down as the rain. Fall down as the rain, fall down as the rain. I turn myself around again and fall down as the rain. Come on, sing it. Fall down as the rain, fall down as the rain. I turn myself around again and fall down as the rain. State Theater, downtown Ithaca, New York. I'd like to thank Doug Levine and Dan Smalls for presenting tonight's show here, and our technical wizards, Casey and Rob over there. Thank you so much for doing what you're doing, and thank you all for tuning in. I love you, and I'll see you again out there on the road. Be brave, be strong, and we will meet again. I used to sing for beauty for all the broken-hearted ones. Well, I'd rile up the troops and sing, bring a little joy, and now I'm singing, I'm just singing, I'm singing to save my soul. Well, I used to sing for beauty for all the broken-hearted ones. I'd sing for the beauty and all the broken-hearted ones, and now I'm singing, I'm just singing, I'm just singing to save my soul. Y'all down the road. I love you. Thanks for tuning in tonight.